So when the moment I started riding this motorcycle, I started getting a feel that I was riding those old What's up YouTube, welcome back to the review video of the Husqvarna Svartpilen. So today I have this motorcycle on this beautiful highway. So got this motorcycle for a small time, in fact 2 days only. So I was just trying to ride this motorcycle as much as I can so that I'll get a better grip on this. So to be honest, I'm liking the looks of the motorcycle. You can see that the headlight or body graphics and everything, which is like very unusual for any other motorcycle that you have seen in this segment. Not just in this segment, I would say that in the single cylinder category, because it is very compact. I don't say it is small, it is compact, and the styling is like way different. Exactly look like a cafe racer, and I'm getting a feeling that this almost look like those off-roading Husqvarnas that I've seen on the internet, like which is there in Europe. Yes, let's get into the engine. So this is the same engine that you see in the Duke 250 and the Domina 250 also, but it's way different from what you see in the Duke and the Domina. I'll explain you why. And I've already told in my previous reviews that this engine has the dual character. Below 1 RPM, like 6000, 7000 RPM, this motorcycle is like very easy to ride, very normal acceleration and all. And post that, it altogether changes its character. But on this motorcycle, it is a bit different from what I've seen in the Duke 250 and the Domina 250. So the Domina 250 is like more sane motorcycle, and the Duke 250 is a bit more aggressive. I have to say that this motorcycle is like very aggressive from the engine point of view. I can say that because the motorcycle is like very light. So as I mentioned, below 6000 RPM, this motorcycle is like powerful, and beyond 6000 RPM, this is aggressive. And you have to ride this motorcycle for the joy of riding it. I have to say that because the ergonomics and everything is like way different that we have seen on other motorcycles. So yeah, coming to the back portion of the motorcycle, few people have a doubt that does it look good or not. So I have to say that I don't have any complaints on the looks of the motorcycle, because in person it looks neat and clean. And one major thing that you can see now is like it rained some time ago, and you can see that there is very less amount of dirt on the rear seat, and these dirt that you see on the rear seat is just because splashes that I got on the highway. So the dirt is not being picked up by the rear wheel and not coming onto the pillion seat. So in a way, I like the design of the rear section. It's very thoughtfully designed. See the amount of dirt on the rear wheel. If that is the case, I would expect a lot of dirt on my jacket, but there's nothing, absolutely nothing. You can see that over here. So when we get onto the motorcycle, it's like a bit taller motorcycle. I can see that just have my toes on the ground, that's all. The best part is it feels sleek, it feels rough, it feels raw, and from this angle motorcycle feels a bit tall and short. So it's almost like a box which is packed with all fun. So coming onto the handlebar, it's wide and nice, comfortable. And when you sit on the motorcycle, I told that it's a bit taller motorcycle, so you get that feel that you are sitting taller when you are riding inside city or on highways. And it's not completely relaxed, but it is mostly relaxed with a bit of lean angle. And the foot pegs are surprisingly not that forward set. In fact, it is bit raised, I have to say. So on this kind of a motorcycle, on this kind of an upper body ergonomics, generally I expect the foot peg over here, which makes the motorcycle way comfortable. But on the other hand, Husqvarna has made this motorcycle to a sporty stance. The position of the foot peg is like really nice. You can see that it is bit raised, and the amount of confidence that this motorcycle gives on corner is like amazing. This comes with MRF block tires. Surprisingly, it has good grip around the corners as well as decent grip in the wet conditions. It was raining some time ago, and this headlight looked damn sexy. I'll just walk you through all the buttons that we see on the handlebar. Starting from this side, we have the engine kill switch, ignition, high beam and low beam, pass switch, indicators and horn. That's all, pretty basic. And when we turn on the key, things are pretty much readable. You have all sort of information on this dial, so it packs in all the things that you see on a KTM motorcycle, and it is pretty readable also in person. I don't know whether it comes good in the camera. Once you turn on the motorcycle, you'll get the tachometer here, and the heat level sensor here, the fuel indicator here, the time here, the gear position indicator, the speed, and other things over here like the distance to empty, side stand indication, and all those things. So I'm pretty much happy with the kind of information that which is packed on this dial. So let's go for the ride. So when the moment I started riding this motorcycle, I started getting a feel that I was riding those old Duke 200s, where the BS3 versions, where you get that raw feel, right? So this Husqvarna is also like that. It's pretty raw. I can say that it is certainly for motorcycle enthusiasts. So let's do some natural shifting over here. By the way, there are no mirrors on the motorcycle now. I picked up this motorcycle yesterday and the mirrors were out of stock, so unfortunately I couldn't get that. But certainly when you are riding a motorcycle, make sure that you are having mirrors. You see that the motorcycle is like very natural if you are shifting at that 6k RPM, but if you want to rev it hard, that's what I told. Like post 6k RPM, it is like altogether a different machine. So this dual character is very nice when you are riding the motorcycle inside city. If you want to push yourself, you can always be in that rev band from 6k to 11k RPM. But if you want to ride in a relaxed manner, then always you can be on that 6k RPM. And when you really ring it to the heart, that's what I told, you will get that feel of the old Duke 200, where you feel that a bit of a buzz feel on the handlebar and the seat. So you have to expect that. So this motorcycle feels pretty raw. It's not like the Dominar 250 or the Duke 250. So the Duke 250 feels a lot different, even though this shares the same engine. The ride feel, comfort, everything is different. That's why I said this motorcycle is for enthusiasts. And when it comes to the braking department, this motorcycle has excellent brakes. I don't have any complaints over it. It is progressive as well as it has got a good bite. I'm very much satisfied with the braking on this motorcycle. And when it comes to the suspension, it is a bit onto a harder side. It is a bit harder than the KTM also. So the thing is, like when you're riding on the road, you will get to feel the road always on the handlebar. The mega positive side is, when you're taking this motorcycle over the corners, it handles so well. And you always get that feel that you are sitting over the motorcycle and riding it. So amazing control on the motorcycle. This bike is like very small, I think even in wheelbase also, because I can't sit onto the pillion seat. I mean, I don't know when I did this last time, because I'm sitting on the pillion seat and I'm riding. So that's why I said this motorcycle is like very perfect for city commutes. Very small, agile, that's the best part. It is light. You don't feel any kind of tiredness if you are riding this motorcycle inside the city. And the seats are onto a bit harder side, and I'll say that this is more focused for single riding than with pillion. And inside city you can ride with the pillion, no issues. But the thing is, like, the pillion seat is not that big, so you might have to take your pillion when you're going for the test ride. And yesterday I was riding in the city and there wasn't much of a heating issue. The motorcycle wasn't heating at all. But the thing is, like, whenever the heat sensor was showing 50%, the radiator fan kicks in and I can hear that. So basically I think the radiator fan is very much sensitive to the heat, so that whenever it reaches the 50% mark, it started cooling the engine. And when it comes to the stability on the highway like this motorcycle can easily cruise at a speed of 90 to 110, and it can max go to a speed of 130 km per hour. So I'll do a dedicated touring video on this, whether this motorcycle is good for touring, so you can watch that video when I upload it. So there are two variants for this motorcycle, the Husqvarna Svartpilen and the Svartpilen. So the Svartpilen is more cafe racer motorcycle, so you have an aggressive riding stance. My only humble request to those people who are looking onto this motorcycle thinking that it is relaxed is that, yes, this motorcycle is like exactly relaxed, but the thing is, like, don't put too much of weight onto your hands, because that will eventually hurt you. Because I've seen that people locking this portion of the hand and just sit like this, and they get pain on the arm as well as on the shoulder. So even when you have a relaxed motorcycle, try to be on the correct ergonomics to ride comfortably. So as I told, Husqvarna has bought two motorcycles to India in the 250cc segment, the Svartpilen and the Svartpilen. So the Svartpilen is more sporty and the Svartpilen has more upright riding posture. Surprisingly, both has the same price tag, which is 2.4 lakh on road Bengaluru. And coming to the ownership part of this motorcycle, generally the paid service will cost somewhere from 2,000 to 2,500 rupees, and you do the service once in 6,000 kilometers, and you can expect a mileage of 30 to 35 kilometers. But if you are revving it hard, you should know that the mileage figures will come down. But definitely, if you are a sane rider, you'll be able to get a 35 km per liter on decent roads. In fact, I'm very much happy to ride this motorcycle, because that's what I told. When the BS4 or the BS6 motorcycle came in, I got little disappointed that that rawness of the motorcycle had been taken away by the KTM. But Husqvarna has bought that in. I feel that the Swedish manufacturer doesn't want to take away that aggressiveness from their motorcycle, because Husqvarna mainly make their off-roading motorcycles. It's a beauty, man. It's a beauty, and it sounds different also. Duke 250 sounds different, the Domina sounds different, and the Husqvarna sounds different. This is more towards previous generations of Duke 200, Duke 390, which I love the most. And it is a very good idea that Husqvarna has bought in the 250s first, and we are getting introduced to this kind of a new segment of motorcycles. I'll say it is a new segment because I won't say that this is the most comfortable motorcycle to ride. In the 250cc segment, you have other motorcycles for comfort. This is for pure passion, pure adrenaline, the lightest, the fastest, and this engine gives you the right kick. And Husqvarna has maintained the same kind of the build quality that KTM has maintained on their motorcycles. So let me pull it hard. We have open road here. Man, that's what I was telling. You can see that right from each gear it gives me a kick. So it's very engaging, it's very aggressive when you compare to the other 250cc motorcycle. Buy this motorcycle for the love for this motorcycle. I'm really excited to try the Svartpilen now because I love that cafe racer kind of riding stance. And when it comes to the clutch and the gearbox, and the clutch is lighter only, I can feel that it is much lighter than the KTMs that I've seen. And the gearbox is like precise, no complaints about it, 10 by 10. So let's see who all can look onto this motorcycle. So I'll say that if you want a motorcycle to commute inside city with a lot of fun, then definitely this is a very good motorcycle for you. And when it comes to the touring part, I'll say that if you're a tourer at a speed of 90 to 100 km or 110 km, then I'll say this is a good choice. But certainly wait for my touring video. I have a lot many things to talk there, so just wait for that video. So I hope this video is helpful for you, and if you have any doubts about this motorcycle, do let me know in the comment section. And as always, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.